ESTPs, they have high extroversion, low agreeableness, low openness to experience, and very low organization. ESTPs are often referred to as the fat uncle who only drinks beer, shows up at your house on Sundays for barbecue, and makes the same sexual jokes at every family gathering. They are often seen as the Chaz, the ladies' man, and the handsome man, but most of the time they just look like a shirtless Donald Trump. ESTPs tend to get bored easily and are prone to change their relationships frequently. One of the reasons for this is due to their very low conscientiousness and very low openness to experience, which makes them giving up on anything that requires a little more effort in the long run and never dream of anything bigger than the things that come their way during the day. Some of the strengths of this type are they can be quite charming and even sensual, for valuing the physical world more than anything else. They tend to be quite popular and social, they don't feel threatened by conflict or criticism, they are excellent for dealing with emergency and last-minute situations, they probably like to show affection physically, whether with gifts or touching, and they are extremely good at reading body language and determining the moods of others through this. Now, some weaknesses of the ISTPs is that because they value the body over the mind, they can be rather impulsive, or at least look dumber than adore. Consequently, they may also deny other important functions such as other people's feelings, the dreams they have for life, and anything else that uses more abstract or superior functions of the brain, because they believe that only the physical and material reality of the short term is important. They also may have problems with gambling, again, because they always value winning now instead of seeing what happens later. They can be terrible at creating life plans and being consistent with those they created, having great difficulty seeing meaning in the future, with a tendency to not make commitments and to get carried away by the moment, and also being extremely inconvenient because they are unable to abstract relationships very well. They focus only on the way they are and never on the way they could become. This includes also jokes, behaviors, or even a lifestyle. They rarely see the repercussion of things through time. As the dominant function, SE or extroverted sensing, it manifests as the desire to fully engage with the sensory aspects of the environment, without any restriction or pause for analysis. It is about valuing your five senses as the point of reference for anything or any action the ESTPs may take. The monologue for this role will be, I want to experience all the experiences that are immediately available to me and see where those experiences take me. Then, as an auxiliary function, TI is a way of identifying how logical systems in the user's external environment can be manipulated to work in one's favor. The monologue for this function would be, how can I manipulate the way this object or situation works so that it works the way I want it to? Then, with their extroverted feeling or FE, ESTPs get their incredible social skills and charm. They sense other people's emotions and use them to their advantage to explain their inner logic, knowing what people may or may not like to hear. They use this ability to impress and to shock. Sometimes this can make them become life coaches, playboys who try to pick up girls at bars, rednecks who like to badmouth women on the internet, or just your uncle that I mentioned before. The FE tertiary monologue is, I will evaluate the feelings of those around me to determine whether or not I can get what I want from them. Then, as an inferior function, NI originally manifests as a contempt or dislike for overanalyzing the obvious or planning too much for the future. As an inferior introverted intuition matures, the user may find themselves developing the keen hunch about the way things are destined to unfold in the future, and will enjoy entering or entertaining these ideas more. The inferior NI monologue would be, everyone needs to stop overanalyzing everything. The answers are literally here, right now, in front of us. And to overcome these, ESTPs should value the sensory diligence of things more. After all, that is what they focus on. It would be not about trying to stop being who they are, but knowing how to categorize and to create a methodology for the things they do. To do this, they should spend more time with ISFJs and ISTJs, who would help them get out of this internal world. After all, these are also types who like to focus on more physical and more tangible things, but with a consistency and focus that is often lacking in the SE dominance, such as ESTPs in this case. And comparing with their sister types, the ENTPs, are much more intelligent and spend all day at home playing video games. ESFPs are even dumber. ESTJs are psychopaths focused on methodologies, routines, and processes. And ISTPs tend to have less sex than the ESTPs do. Now, some famous people with this personality type are Donald Trump, Tyler Durden from Fight Club, 02 from Darling in the Franxx, and pretty much any movie character who's outgoing, charismatic, but dumb at the same time.